After the first notebook, the first thing I did was wait for Baldy to slap 5 times. This allowed him to move away. Also, screw you, playtime! Because Baldy moved away before, he did not see me when I left the classroom. And playtime did not come either, which is nice. Here, what I want to do now is get the signed notebook, which is in the middle of this hallway. The only problem is, Baldy saw me. He randomly came here. So, I got the green notebook instead. First Prize came here, and I originally wasn't planning to use him to beat this challenge, but I decided to just see what happens. And yes, this is the first time I'm using my voice in the video. Haha, nice try, playtime. Nothing interesting happens until First Prize pushes me down the long hallway. I still want to get the signed notebook, because if you get that notebook last, or second to last, Baldy will be too fast. I also opened that door so that Baldy won't come from up ahead. Hopefully First Prize won't push me.
Looks like it's sweeping time. Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep.
So First Prize did not push me, and I was honestly surprised that he wasn't fast enough. But I could hear Baldy's slaps on the left side. And he was quite close actually. Fun fact, Baldy is 96% of my walking speed right now, but I have a plan to lose him. My plan was to turn a few corners and lose Baldy that way, but then I realized that First Prize was close enough, so I kept him with me.
Will you marry me?
All I have to do is turn this corner, and I should be fine. So playtime can jump scare you, because when her music loops, she doesn't make any sound. But thankfully, Baldy was far enough, so he did not see me. Why is she still following me? The next notebook is the green notebook near the cafeteria. And the safest way to get that notebook is to lure Baldy down the long hallway first, which is why I opened that door. Now, I just have to wait for Baldy to enter this hallway. Oh, there he is. So I abandoned First Prize here because it's too difficult to get the notebook while keeping him. I got the notebook, but then I heard this. This was not a good time for playtime to be close by.
Let's play.
Playtime had not turned the corner, but she was far enough. And she randomly came. But Baldy did not randomly find me, and I found First Prize again.
I hunt people for all eternity.
Oh no, the room's over there. However, it turns out that he was trapping arts and crafters, and when arts and crafters despawned, he left.
Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep!
Something happened to First Prize and he went into the wall, and for some reason, Playtime still wanted to play with me, so she caught me again. And now Baldy is close. But he did not see me, and even if he did, it wouldn't be that bad, because I was going down the long hallway anyway. There's Baldy. Now I'm in a good position to get the 5th notebook, near detention.
I see you, friend. Let's play.
The last two notebooks are at the end of long hallways, which makes first prize very useful.
I hug people for all
The bully is also in a
eternity.
good spot, so he can't ruin me. At least for now. Now, before I get the sixth notebook, I need to make sure that Baldi is far enough.
Oh, no.
At the last second, I change my
I
mind and I leave
see
the classroom and let first
friend.
prize push me down the hallway, which is
Will
good
you
because Baldi was way
marry
too
me?
close. Screw you, playtime! And to make things even worse, first prize turned to the left, so he was facing the opposite direction of where I want him to go. Baldi is right there. But Baldi was far enough, and I went down the long hallway again, which is very effective to get Baldi far from you. In fact, abusing the long hallway like this makes challenges like Senior much easier. So here I saw the broom, and I assumed that he was going back to his
Sweep,
closet,
sweep, sweep.
and that he would be fast enough. I was right, and I also opened this door here to lure Baldi farther away from the sixth notebook. Here, I made sure that Baldi was far enough. I could not hear him, so that was a good sign.
I
In this
see you,
position, after you get the notebook,
friend.
Baldi doesn't usually come down this hallway, unless he's close to it,
Will
so it's
you
safe to let
marry
first prize
me?
push you down. And the bully's in a good spot too, which is nice. Not much happens for now. The only notebook left is the one at the end of the long hallway, but I want to be safe, so I will go around the school one more time and lure Baldi. But then I realized
Really?
something. It's almost time for the broom to start sweeping again. So I don't go down the broom closet hallway.
Looks like it's sweeping time. Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep. Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep. Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep. Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep.
Okay, that actually helped me. And of course, Playtime had to follow me again. Hopefully, Baldi does not randomly find me here, or else that would be annoying.
Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep. I have
So there's
lost
no
you.
Baldi, but
I
there's
don't like
Playtime,
that.
of course.
I have lost you. I don't like that.
Nice, I can't see past first prize's head because of Playtime. Hopefully, Baldi isn't in this hallway. So he's not in this hallway, and I hope he doesn't come into this hallway after I open the door.
Oh, no.
I could hear Baldi, but it was too late. I picked up the notebook. Baldi might have been too close, so there's a chance I could have died. But something very strange happened.
Congratulations! You found all 7 notebooks. Now all you need to do is...
If you were paying attention to Baldi's slaps, you heard his slaps at first, but then you could not hear them anymore, and then you heard them again. So some glitch or something happened, and Baldi actually went away when I got bad math. Also, I almost died before by looking at the sock puppet. Now that first prize is pushing me, there's nothing that can stop me now, except for a bad Billy spawn or something. Alright, so this is my first time using my voice in a video. Hopefully I made this video well, or hopefully you learned something about Baldi's basics, or found this interesting. Thanks for watching, and don't get jump scared.